I've realized that, I'm falling in love with you. I am. I really am.
So, Gabby Windey is officially in the top 3 in the bid to win Clayton Echards' heart on The Bachelor. Alongside Susie Evans and Rachel Recchia, the 3 women went to Reykjavik, Iceland, and headed to the fantasy suites with Clayton. And what the producers are warning is the finale that has never happened before in Bachelor history. We'll see just exactly what that means. As the 3 girls compete for Clayton's heart, these final few episodes will be a determinant of just who is finally successful as the finale is fast approaching. Today we're talking about Gabby Windey and her race for Clayton. Tomorrow though, you decide. Let us know in the comments down below who you think we should cover on the next episode of Where Are They Now. While you're down there, you may as well smash that like button so we know you like the video, and we'll keep making them. Let's get into it, shall we? Gabby is from Denver, Colorado, and works as an ICU nurse. She spent 5 years as a cheerleader for the Denver Broncos, and even won the Pop Warner Humanitarian Award for her work as a frontline worker. Usually that honor is only given to NFL players, so go Gabby. According to her ABC bio, Gabby has, quote, a lot of substance, emotional depth, and a wealth of lived experiences. When it comes to dating, she doesn't have a type. Quote, Gabby is looking for a man with quiet confidence. She doesn't have a physical type, but says that if he doesn't have a personality, then it's a hard pass. Her ideal man will challenge her, communicate his feelings, and work hard to equally carry the weight of the relationship. Her one non-negotiable when it comes to a relationship too is that her man must love dogs. Quote, whatever man captures Gabby's heart must also have room in their life for her 4-legged friend, because she and her golden doodle Leonardo are a package deal. While Gabby would love to find a man, she isn't the type to lose herself in a relationship. She's hoping to find a man who will love her for the independent woman she is. Gabby has also dated a former Bachelor star. According to none other than Dean Unglert, he and she had dated in college. Quote, my ex-girlfriend is actually on the season of the next Bachelor. Hilariously, he was the one who broke the news while on the Help I Suck at Dating podcast. Reality Steve, the guy that knows everything and anything about reality television, hypothesized that Gabby is going to make it to the final 2 as well, which Dean agrees with. He thinks that the ABC promo wherein Clayton admits that he slept with 2 women may be an indicator that one of them is Gabby, and that she's part of the final 2 women who could end up engaged to Clayton himself. In the ABC promo itself, Steve theorizes Gabby because, quote, the 2 women whose backs are to us, and he's seemingly telling he was intimate with both, are Rachel and Gabby. 2 women we know had hometown dates, so most people assume now Gabby and Rachel are your final 2 based on that shot in Iceland. Certainly looks that way, but with the way the editing works and how tricky they can get sometimes, the only thing we can for sure know is that the whole scene happens in Iceland. The promo appears to show Susie Evans self-eliminating after finding out that Echard was in love with all of them, followed by the lead's confession to Windey and Recchia that he'd also been intimate with each of them. We know better at this point than to trust the promos though, right? Because the rumored ending, according to Reality Steve, features Evans making franchise history. Quote, Susie is convinced to stay, and at a final rose ceremony, she rejects Clayton's proposal, and Clayton left Iceland single, which would be insane. We know it was a possibility that Clayton Echard would end up single, and even Bachelor Nation alumni were predicting that. But convincing a woman to stay, only to be rejected during your own final rose ceremony? Brutal. While it is true that the lead's proposal has never been rejected, the Bachelorette leads don't propose at the end of the season, they offer a final rose instead. So in that show's case, while proposals have been turned down, no lead's final rose has ever been rejected, which would make Clayton Echard the franchise's first lead to be turned down by their final choice. If the rumor is true, Clayton Echard will also have the distinction not just of being the first lead to take back a rose, but also of getting both his first and last roses rejected. Before Echard even arrived at Bachelor Mansion to greet the limos, he offered a rose to Sally Carson when she was expressing regrets about coming on the show. She ultimately turned down his rose and never even went to the mansion. And now, interestingly, as The Bachelor is ramping up for the final few episodes, we are going to analyze just what Gabby is doing to try and win Clayton's heart, and she's totally inadvertently won mine as well. Despite trying to pivot toward positivity in previous seasons, The Bachelor can be a bit puritanical, dancing around the fact that 2 people just clearly had ... intimacy. Gabby, however, did away with all that vagueness when she resurfaced after her night with Clayton, sporting some very obvious bedhead. Given how much the Bachelor franchise likes to focus on physical beauty, it's a bit far-fetched to believe that there wasn't a production assistant with a spare hairbrush. But that just makes Gabby's decision to enter the room with bedhead all the more iconic. For an entire season now, the show has been teasing teasing the idea of how taboo it would be for Clayton to spend the night with all 3 of his contestants, and Gabby's disheveled hair all but confirmed that he'd at least been intimate with one. And I mean, Twitter clocked the move almost immediately. She got compared to a disheveled Bratz doll. People were also laughing about that big grin she was sporting and no bra to be seen. It's so obvious what she was doing, and honestly, I kinda love it. The Bachelor tends to dance around this stuff, and I think Gabby is so funny and very real. Of the top 3, she's easily my favorite, so much so I don't think Clayton deserves her, but that's besides the point. The point is, she was making a statement of, yeah, we did that, get over it. I mean, even Susie clocked the look. Twitter, of course, being the detectives they are, noticed it immediately. When Gabby asked if she looked okay, it was so funny to see the absolute death stare that Susie gave her. Others on Twitter, however, thought that it may have been entirely intentional on the production side of the video. One Twitter user stated, quote, "Production really didn't run a brush through Gabby's hair before sending her in there. Y'all are messy." Only time will tell if the move actually works out for her though. But based on the trailer for this season, nothing seems to be working out for anyone. It seems like Gabby is a fan favorite. A lot of people love her for her relatability, like when she chugged 2 bottles of wine at once. She's also got like absolutely iconic reactions to stuff going on in the Bachelor house. And her Instagram is so funny. She's such a strong and cool girl. It seems to be a common theme that a lot of Gabby fans think she's above Clayton, who's a bit messy when it comes to all this over the place feelings towards basically all of the contestants on the show. Gabby's a cool girl, and Clayton, it seems, has a lot of growing up to do. I personally don't think that any of the final 3 are going to last with him, and I would hate to see Gabby have to go through that. Either way, I guess we'll find out soon. Who do you think is gonna be the winning lady? Let us know in the comments down below. While you're at it would be very much appreciated if you could subscribe to this channel so we all know you like the videos we're making. It would really mean a lot. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Where Are They Now? I've been your host, Sierra. I'll see you guys next time.